3-2 your final in overtime here at First Ontario Centre. The Utica Comets over the Hamilton Bulldogs. Laura Barney, as always, with Mr. Matt Holmes. Matt, where would you like to start with this one? I was just thinking you got to say that a team like this on paper you think would come in and just take care of the Bulldogs easily, but despite the fact that they lost, they still gave Utica a run for their money.
Yeah, the season series has been like that all year around. They were 3-3 going into this game, so you knew it was going to be a tight one. But I'll start with overtime. It's amazing and frustrating at the same time how many games the team's lost in overtime. They've now lost 12 in overtime. They're now 1-8 in the 3-on-3 situation in overtime, and it's, you can't even really find a rhyme or a reason for why it's happening. It's they get their chances. Ultimately, the opposing goaltender usually makes a really outstanding save, like they did in overtime a couple of times here tonight. Canada played a great game, and then they go back the other way and they pot their opportunity. It's the nature of this 4-on-4 than 3-on-3 overtime, but man, is it hard to swallow when so many of these games are going against the Bulldogs this year.
What was the difference, in your opinion, in this one?
It was those chances, really, quite frankly. It was there were a couple of good chances where the Dogs probably could have wrapped this thing up in regulation time, but they didn't beat the goaltender. The shots weren't massive by any stretch of the imagination tonight, but they had some really good looks on net. They just didn't convert them, and as much as their intensity was there as opposed to the other night against Chicago, and as much as the opportunities were in front of them, it's a Utica club that we've seen all season long. They battle hard and they don't give up, and tonight was the same kind of ordeal.
What do you think this means for the Bulldogs? Not much time left to get it done.
Yeah, one point is 1 point. It's not 2 points, which I think they desperately wanted and needed. But now the pressure is still there. There's 6 games left. You ask me, you probably got to win 5 of those to get in. Maybe get 5 and an extra point or something like that, and tie and lose another one in overtime. But you're in a tough sled here. But this is a group that on the road is a much better hockey club than they are on home ice, and they've got some tough games coming up. But I think the mentality is at the right place going into this road trip.
All right, Matt, thank you very much for your thoughts as always. As you mentioned, team going on a road trip, you'll be going with them. But we'll see all you guys back here April 18th, where the Hamilton Bulldogs will take on the Lake Erie Monsters in the final game of this regular season and Fan Appreciation Night. We hope to see you all there. But for now, we're going to hear from your Hamilton Bulldogs.
Bobby, it's the overtime for this team this year. It's been kind of just a drag, kind of getting into the extra frame, especially the 3-on-3 situation. But tonight, when you look at it, the chances were there for you guys, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I think we had actually a chance 3-on-3 there. Goalie made a great save. It was 2 quick shots, and just how it goes sometimes. You know, you're putting the pressure on, and they just came back and scored the other way.
It really is. It's the nature of that 3-on-3 beast, right? If you don't make and convert your chance, then odds are they're going to have a good look coming back the other way.
Oh yeah, like that's the thing. Usually, if you get a good chance at 3-on-2 or an odd man rush, and let's say you miss the net, like it could be a breakaway the other way. It's one of those. It's like you got to score, or it could be a problem, but you're not going to score every time, so it happens.
You guys were up in this game, played a much better effort. I would imagine you guys feel pretty good about the way things came out in terms of the first couple of minutes of this game as opposed to the other night. The intensity certainly seemed to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we played better than last game, but it's right now we're trying to get in the playoffs, and it's a big point that we missed out on, and I'm sure everybody's frustrated about it, but you can't dwell on it, and you got to be ready for Utica next game.
Got to be ready for a long road trip now too, right? It's a matter of still staying in that playoff picture, but it's all road games basically from here on out.
Yeah, I think 5 games on the road, I believe, and then our last one at home. But I mean, you're on the road, and then you wake up and you have a game the next day, so it's like a travel day kind of, but it's here. But it's kind of like an away game in a way, but just luckily we have our fans and stuff.
The good thing about this loss here tonight, you get to play these guys again on Tuesday. What do you got to do differently? Obviously, score 1 more goal, but outside of that, the intensity seemed to be there. So where do you need to improve?
Oh, I just think we got to bury on our chances. Like I said, I thought the goalie played pretty well tonight. We let 2 goals in. Like, it's a good game, but we just got to find a way.
Right on. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.